Happy holidays to you all. As you know, I'm very, very passionate about covering these women and really telling their stories, and we can't do that without you, so thank you all for being here. I think they would be the first to admit that I try to be really honest and say that overall, I didn't think that was our best effort, and I think there's no excuses, and I think we had spurts where we showed some really good things, but we also showed some laps that just cannot happen if you're going to play at the highest levels in this conference. So I think, the big key is, can they be strong enough that week by week, look in the mirror, learn, and go, okay, what did this experience, what did this game teach me, and make adjustments for week by week. And obviously, every week is going to demand different things. And so I was really pleased with some spurts. I liked how we got Michaela going early in the game and found her in scoring positions in different areas of the floor. It was really nice to see the return of our three ball a little bit, especially in the second half. There were some really good things. I really liked Japreece Dean's on-ball pressure the last 3 games. I think she's really improved in that. So there's definitely some really good things to build on. But I think in terms of our intentionality, our execution of a game plan, our physicality, our mental discipline, honestly, I think we could have done better. Well, I just believe in her so much that when, and honestly, I was a point guard, and every single time, it's always the point guard's fault, period. And when we were really lackluster the last, I thought, 7 minutes of the first half, she's going to be the one I go to. And it's because I know who she wants to become, too, as a leader. So I really challenged her in terms of getting us better shots, having better awareness of who's hot, shot selection, those kinds of things. But mostly, I challenged her in terms of our emotional focus. And, but that's because I believe in her so much. It's because of who I know she wants to become, not only in a UCLA uniform, but also as a pro. And so I think I have a responsibility to always challenge her first.
I think the timeout, Coach Cori challenged us. She just said we weren't doing the greatest that we could. And I think that after that, we got 3 straight stops. And that was something we call a kill. And so I think we kind of got back to our defensive intensity and caused them to turn the ball over and get stops. I'm not sure. I think that we're not as focused as we should have been down the stretch. And I think that's kind of when, in the timeout, we turned it around.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it says a lot about the people who came before us. I don't know why, but I've been really nostalgic about all of our alumni coming back today. We have, I think, 30 alumni that are in the building today, and they had a reception pregame, and then we're going to have a dinner here in a couple hours. But I just think about all the people that have contributed, who have sacrificed, who have come before us, who have believed in our vision, and now we get to walk in that path. And so I think about our village. We always say it takes a village to build a program, and our alumni are part of that village. Other people that have contributed to us in our culture are part of our village, and so it's with great humility, but also really awareness that this is a really special place with a lot of special people who have helped us have the best, tied for the best start in program history. I think I was happiest in their response. I think that in their eyes we have a phrase of fighting for championship level reps. It's not about where you end up, it's about the pursuit of the level of excellence in which you pursue. And I think that seeing that response, and I think there's a pride in who they want to become. We're not there yet, but it's in the pursuit of those levels, and I thought they responded outside that third quarter. But I think, all 3 of them at different moments. I look at Japreece's, her points are one thing, but I think 8 assists, 1 turnover. I think Michaela, as being able to be so consistent as a go-to player. I mean, she's the center of everybody's game plan, and we were still able to find her and get her going. And then I think that, I was watching previous film from last year, and watching the contribution that Charisma has added to our team. I really didn't know who our lockup defender was going to come from. She's added so much for us. in her versatile scoring, but more than that, her defensive and rebounding prowess. That has been a huge need, and she has really stepped up to fill it. So hard to narrow it down. I just think steps of growth and contributions in what they're pursuing is probably where I would land.
I mean, I think it's great just being a senior and just being with these group of girls. Every day, like in the huddles, I always just tell people to bring joy and have fun, and I think that's what we're doing. So it's just fun to be here right now and have this record.
We actually have a really good relationship. But I definitely go to her for tips if I need to ask her anything. But especially during the summer, I would go to her and ask her to shoot with me, work me out a little bit because I know that she wants to be a coach. And she just helped me with a lot of different things on offense or defense and just trying to lead me.
I think probably the biggest thing is probably just leadership. She can tell, like, during the games or after the game, like, your body language was bad or you said something or just something small. So I think just the leadership part and how you talk to people and how my persona can affect my teammates. So just how I lead my teammates.
Do you remember our conversation the day you got your year back, what we talked about paying it forward? Who's going to be different because you're back another year?
I don't remember that.
It was really an impactful conversation. Yeah. But I asked her who was going to be different next year on our team because Japreece was getting another year. Who was going to be different because you're here one more year? And I think charisma is the answer, one of the answers to that. I think if Jade Nolans was in here, she would talk about how much she looks to Japreece and how much she's mentoring her and relishing the opportunity to learn from her. And so she may not remember the conversation, but she's doing a good job living it out.
I think just preparing mentally and physically, just responding to this game and how we take care of our bodies, how we hydrate, and then how we go back to the film and look at what we need to work on. And then obviously scouting them and seeing what we have to do to prepare and beat them. I think she's a great player. I mean, credit to her. She's really strong. She's hard to get around, boxing out, posting up. So I think she just uses her body well and uses that to her advantage.
Oh, I think it's just a must. I think you have to relish every single win you can get in this conference. And I think, too, I always feel a real responsibility to our fans. And we had a great crowd come out. And it's not only about protecting our home court, it's about growing our game and all the little kids that were there. And we want to be about winning championships here and creating champions from the inside out. But we also want to be about inspiring young girls to continue to grow this game and to participate. And I just think it's really important to protect our home court because this conference, every single win is going to be really important. But at the same time, I also think it's bigger than just that. I think it's a part of growing something bigger than ourselves. Yeah. We talked about a little bit. I don't really want that to be, if that's our biggest motivator, then fighting for championship reps isn't big enough, right? But at the same time, it didn't hurt my preparation, I'll tell you that, and I'm sure it didn't for them either. And we have a lot of, I actually really respect, I know we're supposed to hate each other, but I really respect Mark and the job he's doing down there. We just have a mutual respect for how we're trying to recruit really good players, develop them, grow the game. But at the same time, this is one of the most special rivalries in all of college sport. And I just think it's a really wonderful thing to be a part of, and you have to take a lot of pride in how you represent your school. And everybody here at UCLA, from all across all sports, like we take pride in how we contributed to owning LA.